Hey guys, Amber from the Vault here, back with another Fallout 4 settlement mod. Now this one is Freedom Island. You guys have already seen me review the mod itself, so let's go ahead and see what I actually did as far as a build here. Now one thing I want to say right away is you can get settlers here. It's actually quite wonderful. You can get settlers here, so I'm going to go ahead and run right to the beginning. What you can do though that's kind of awesome, and you'll see right here, so if you remember from the original, I came in over here through a door that looked like a subway door, and as you can see, that subway door is missing now. Normally, I would have cause for concern that would mean that I couldn't get back to the Commonwealth, but here I can show you I kind of turned it into a little Minuteman outpost. We have our guard there. Now you cannot get rid of Billy Joe's safe. That's that safe here that had some stuff in it. You cannot get rid of that. And there are some things inside of this building you can also not get rid of. So if you guys remember, this is the main building. I'll show you what you can and can't get rid of, and then I'll also show you, let me go ahead and jump in here. This is the actual door back to the Commonwealth. You can move this one. So I went ahead and moved it in here so it looks a little less strange. Now it just looks like it's a random scrap door rather than sitting out there looking like it was just hanging out in the middle of nowhere. So I went ahead and made this kind of my crafting area. And then right here is the table that you cannot get rid of. Now this is the one that has the little tiny Liberty Prime on it, which I think is adorable. But you can't actually get rid of that table, and you can't get rid of Liberty Prime. You also can't get rid of this locker. So those two things have to stay in here. I didn't go ahead and I left those. I didn't go ahead and try to delete them in any other way. This is PS4. If you're playing on PC, my guess is you can probably get rid of this stuff. It's just a PS4 limitation that once something's stuck in there, unfortunately, you can't take it out. So we're going to go ahead and continue on here. And the next place we're going to go into would be my barn. Now, I currently don't have any Brahmin on the island, but I will very soon. Usually you can attract them just by sleeping for about 24 hours. So this is going to be my barn area. I put some rhizograin outside. I guess it's probably rhizograin. I still don't exactly know how to say that word. A couple experimental plants in here. And of course we have just a couple quick Brahmin tubs. This one is just a smaller area. I don't do a whole lot when it comes to these barns. I just want to build them up so they look like Brahmin can hang out in them. And then, of course, a little bit of forage out here for our Brahmin. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go around first before we go through the middle, because the middle is my favorite part. So here's going to be just my basic, your basic farming. I have lots of mute fruit, because of course I am Mrs. McGreedy, and plenty of corn and some potatoes. I don't tend to like the smaller stuff. I don't really plant any corn not corn, carrots or anything like that, just because they're harder to pick myself. It's easier to do raw mute fruit. So the next place we're going to go into is my factory, and I'll show you real quick, guys. So what I did is I built a factory that'll build me both Gauss rifles and sweet rolls. So let me go ahead and throw it in here. I meant to go the other way. Of course, I did this wrong. I had this all set up, all ready to do, and I did it wrong. So this is going to be my little area where my Gauss rifles are going to come out. They're going to go through here and then end up there, and then I'm going to go ahead and start my sweet rolls. So hold on, guys. Give me a second. Alright, guys, so here we go. There's my Gauss rifles. There's my sweet rolls. So we went ahead and built some manufacturing here. Looks like I screwed this up. I probably shouldn't have used the rollers. That's alright. I'll replace it later. This is a quick build. I'm not going to lie to you guys about that. I did a pretty quick build on this one. It only took me a few hours. Usually I do a good 2-3 days build. I think this one took me, let's look, 4 hours. So this one actually wasn't that long. This was a much smaller one than I normally do. So this is going to be our scavenging area, guys. So just threw some random stuff out here and make it look like it's scavenging. Then we're going to go ahead and go inside. I have some scavenging areas built in here. Now ordinarily if I was doing a full build on this for my actual game for myself, I would go ahead and assign all of my settlers in here to have hard hats, that kind of thing. That's why I put the hard hat protection required there. Just kind of a fun little thing. And then I have some invisible mats in here that actually have people do scavenging. They just do them with the invisible mats. And then I have a few more scavenging materials out here. Just place some random stuff. Alright, so let's go to my next spot. We're going to hold off on that one for just a second. This is my little nature communion. You can commune with nature in this area, and also have some cool little some lifelike statues. USO has recently updated, that's unlock settlement objects, and one of the things it updated with that I've never seen before, and it could just be because I didn't see them, was lifelike statues, and I just love this. I think this is so cool. Your character can sit here and just kind of enjoy you know, hanging out with some fearsome creatures as well as hanging out under some trees. So let's go ahead and run over here real quick. Small museum type thing. I just wanted to do a little fun display. Didn't have a ton of room in this area, so I just wanted to do something kind of fun. So we have all the different critters we're going to run into. Well, not all of them, I should say. Some of the different critters you can run into. But it gives you a chance to see them up close. So if you were actually a settler, it'd be kind of cool to be like a taxidermy display. Of course, depending on how you feel about taxidermy. I think it's just really cool to see these. I kind of love it. And of course, the fearsome gulper. I just love that Mirelurk Queen. Alright, and the next we're going to run real quick into the greenhouse. I know that I do have a farming area, but I also like to build greenhouses. It's just a thing. I don't know. I just enjoy building greenhouses. So I'll show you right here. And then the thing I love about this one, it's almost full glass. I love that. Love the full glass look. Okay, so what I'm going to do next, guys, I'm going to go to... Oh, I'm actually going to go behind me. So I'm going to go to this part of the island. So you can see that I've built another little nature stop there. I've built a long bridge so you don't have to swim between each of the islands. I have my police protector on there. So I'm going to go ahead and run down my bridge here. Now, I usually don't build things up. I tend to build, you know, side to side, individual buildings. I don't tend to build things on top of each other. So this is my first try at building something on top of something else. So give me a break if you think it looks ridiculous. Give me a break. It's the first time I've done it. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on in. And this is my individual, like, pod homes. So it's kind of like apartments but that are apart. Oh, and my doors won't open. That is strange, guys. They opened before, and suddenly they're not opening. Well, every single one of them inside is identical, except for the painting that's in there. Sorry about that. Obviously, that is a weird technical difficulty. I didn't have a problem earlier. I'm not sure why they're all of a sudden not opening. I am finding, and it might be my fault, but there are a couple glitchy things going on with this one. I think it's probably me, though. It's probably me not knowing how to do things. As you can see, I got another little nature spot there. So each of the little apartments, it's kind of weird though, because they're not really apartments. They're kind of like individual pod homes. Yeah, I don't know why none of these doors will open. This is very strange. But there are 14 of these little pods. As you can see, I have 10 and 11 little arrows there, so we know which ones we're going to. I'm sorry these won't open. Well, here we go. Here's another one. So the only thing that's different in each one is just a little bit of art. Again, this is a really quick build. I tried not to take too long building this one just so I could continue to show you guys some other things. But I did do kind of an up area. I did kind of a second floor. This is very abnormal for me. Like I said, I don't usually build like this. If you've watched any of my other settlement videos, you kind of know I don't really do this kind of stuff. Reason why is because I always find it cluttered and I don't like cluttering, but in this case it was a small area, so I wanted to go ahead and challenge myself to actually work within a small area. And it didn't turn out too bad. I still don't know why the doors won't open. That's kind of weird, but I'll kind of figure that out as we go. It's probably just a weird glitch that I've caused. So as you can see, I have this nice long bridge here. This is going to connect the 3 separate islands. So there is the main island that we were just on, then where I have my my actual settlers, like little pod homes, and then this last one. Now this last one is where I actually stopped my build. I was doing a full build up until this point, and this is where you're going to see that it kind of drops off. And the reason why is there's just so much space here, guys. It's hard for me to build all of this and to continue on doing, you know, different mods for you guys, getting videos out every week, especially when builds do take me. So each build I do, when you guys see the builds that I put together, they usually take me at least 2 or 3 days to do. So putting out 4 Fallout videos a week, I did have to go with a smaller build on this one. So I added this bridge here. I just thought it was kind of fun to have a little bridge over there. Then we're going to come back over here. So this is right where we come in. And this is kind of a sampling of what I usually build, which is little stores. So we have like an armor store here. And I put some of those lifelike mannequins in here. I like these way better than the game's version of mannequins. I really think it's awesome that USO has added these in. Like I said, these could have been available in previous versions of USO and I just didn't realize it. But now that I have them, I'm loving it. So this would be just a little sample of what the armor shop might look like. And then over here we'll run into my cafe and liquors. just real quick. So we're going to take a look at each of the little tables here. I'm going to turn this off, otherwise it's distracting in the background. So I did just a little bit of extra decorating on these. I always try to do kind of a little bit of something interesting on each of my tables, just to make it a little bit fun. And then of course we have our bar. And then of course, being part of the Minutemen, you probably notice there's little Minutemen things all over the place. And then of course the back side of the bar. Alright, so from here, in order to go back, what we're going to do is, if you remember, we came from the Rocky Island, or the Pod Home Island. This time we're going to go back to the regular, or to the main island, I should say. We're going to use a little bit of a different path here. So this is going to be that side path. And I went ahead and I made that at an angle, but I did connect it using those steps, so you can still actually get over here. And we're going to run into a couple of my settlers here. One is going to be my provisioner. This is my provisioner. I always put them in Minutemen wear. And they have dogs rather than the Caravan Brahmin, just because I have that mod installed. One last thing I want to show you guys real quick. You probably noticed this earlier. I do have my very own laser turrets. That's another thing I just found in USO. I haven't seen that before, so I was pretty excited to see that. So that's it, guys. That is my build for Freedom Island. Again, quick build, so I know it's not totally involved, but I did want to show you guys something. I wanted to show you guys what you could do in this area, what you could and couldn't get rid of, and how you could build on this area. So if you're interested in this, I always do a download it or don't. Like I said in the last video, if you're interested in having areas that you can build settlements on, especially flat land, I say, you know, download it if it's something that you're interested in doing. If you're not a settlement player, you're obviously not going to want to download this. Not sure why you're watching this video then, but if you're not a settlement player, you're not going to want to download it. But settlement players, I think it's a fun place to build. I think if I had more time, I definitely would have done a much more comprehensive build, and it would have been much more involved. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really do appreciate it. I can't tell you guys enough how much it means to me that you hang out with me. Remember, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe here on YouTube. Not only does it mean the world to me, it helps other people get to see the videos. It really does mean a lot. It really does mean something to me, and I really hope that you guys know that. Also, if you want to subscribe to the channel, do me a favor. Go ahead and click on that picture of my big dumb head that's appeared on the screen there. That will subscribe you, or click on that playlist. That is all of my Fallout videos. Now remember, more Fallout videos come out every Monday and Friday for Mod Monday and Fallout Friday. Thanks so much, guys. I will see you in the next one.